Hey,
Hi,
boss.
boss. Good morning.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking, boss. How are you, boss?
I'm amazing, thank you. Lovely to see you. I saw you giggling before. What were you giggling about, boss?
I'm shy.
You're not shy. How are you today?
I'm doing great, boss. I was actually finishing some tasks for one of the clients
Yeah, awesome.
because
Thanks so much for jumping on, boss. It's going to be cool to sort of unpack and help tell your story. But for everyone that's listening now, if you could just give them a quick introduction of who you are.
my name is Denise. I've been with Virtual Spotter for almost 3 years now. And fun fact, this is actually my first job ever at 23 years old, I think,
Yeah,
24, something like that. So this was my first job ever. I've never worked in any corporate setting.
yeah,
So just imagine when I had to jump onto a corporate setup when I lost a client back then. It's different when you're in a freelance job with all the flexibility and all that. So I've worked with I think 4 clients now, mostly over a year. So it's been great working with BS so far.
so good. Well, we appreciate all your hard work, boss. You're an absolute superstar, and I value all the effort and attention you put into Virtual Spotter and also their clients as well. It's noticed that I think that's one of the challenges. I say this like over and over. One of the most difficult parts about our arrangement in VS is that the feedback when you do something amazing or like it, the feedback loop is far longer because we're not in a corporate setting, right? We're not in an office. So when you do something great, sometimes it might feel like that goes unnoticed completely or it gets overlooked. And naturally, some of it does, but also a lot of it doesn't. So I still see all the positive things that you do, and we hear all the positive feedback. So yeah, I appreciate you very much. But so everyone that's listening, like where do you reside at the moment, boss? Where are you from?
I'm currently in Pasig, but I used to live in Pateras with my parents. So I moved out a year ago.
Yeah, and what was the motivation to move out?
I think it was because I had a daughter.
Yeah,
And to me, it's important to have a separate household wherein I could control the environment and easily discipline her. So that's a huge factor for me because growing up, I was always with um, my grandparents, and I think it's a bit difficult for my parents to discipline us
yeah,
when when you know when someone is always they have a different parenting style, so
yeah.
it's different.
That's really interesting to me. The so the motivation was like because your parents would likely spoil your kids. Is that kind of right? Like they'll let them
Yeah,
be naughty and they're not going to
yeah.
discipline like you want. Like it almost like a different set of values.
Not really, not discipline. They would, but it's there's something being the granddaughter or a grandchild. It's something else. But when you're the daughter directly, but with grandparents, it's different. They always spoil you no matter what.
Yeah, yeah. That's grandparents are notorious for that, right? They always
Yeah.
let their grandkids get away from everything. So how far away do you live from them at the moment?
How far? It's nearby. I couldn't go far because they always ask to bring my
Yeah,
daughter back.
yeah.
It's like 10 kilometers maybe.
Okay, easy. Which is about in the Philippines, that takes about 2 days to cover. So how old's your daughter now, boss?
She's 3 now, turning
So
4
cool.
in January.
Yeah.
So
Do you
that
love being a mum?
yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, when I say it's pretty cool, I'm obviously not a mum, but it's cool being a dad, right? Like being a parent is, it's an amazing feeling. So let's go back a couple of steps. Like as from your childhood, like where did you go to school at? Is that and where your parents are? Is that in the province or is that in the city?
No, I actually grew up in the city. So when people ask me where my province is, I don't know the answer to that because I grew up here.
Yeah,
So I've studied in the city.
yeah.
So yeah,
And
nearby.
you had siblings,
Yeah, I have two. I have a brother and a sister.
older, or
I'm the
younger.
youngest.
Okay,
I'm the youngest.
so you got spoiled
Definitely.
sometimes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Are you close to your siblings at like now?
Yes.
That's cool.
Growing up, my parents, my mom would always say that take good care of the relationship that you have with your sibling. Because when you grow up, it's it's them that you have.
Yeah.
Like they will always have your back. And true enough, you know,
Yeah, they do.
yeah,
I totally agree with that. I think that when you're raised in an environment that like you have, it doesn't matter what happens externally, you always know where each other come from and you know where the values lie. And like what you touched on is like if things don't go my way, I know that I can fall back to these guys and ask for help and they're gonna be there for you. You don't like you've earned decades of trust. And I think that's what like with a friend, for example, you might have a friend and they are friendly and they're kind and they're caring, but you don't always know what their agenda is. And sometimes there isn't one, but sometimes there could be one. And yeah, like it's scary trying to put trust in someone that you don't know. And when you're raised like side by side with a brother or sister, like you know exactly, well, for the most part, you know that they're there to help and support you. What was your biggest motivation to become a virtual assistant? Staying
when
out of
I became
BPOs?
no, was actually when I was looking for a job. Like I said, I wasn't a fresh grad. I was on leave from school. I was trying to be a doctor, but I had to put that on hold since I had a baby. So I was actually going for a BPO setup because they hire all the time. But the biggest factor for me was a work from home setup. I actually ran into Virtual Spotter by accident. I was just scrolling through Facebook and I had a schoolmate back in college that was a virtual assistant for VS. And I found out about them and just applied. The biggest factor was I was so used to a chaotic schedule. But when I became a mom, all I had to do was wait for my daughter to wake up.
Yeah.
Then that's the only time I'm going to do something. Then they always say rest when she's sleeping. Who sleeps in the morning?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
cannot. So
Yeah.
it was a huge shift for me, being a mom and then doing nothing when my daughter is asleep. So there was a phase when I kind of started losing my identity. That's something that they don't tell you about with motherhood until you're there and you experience it firsthand. So that was the biggest factor for me to start looking for a job while my daughter is growing up, you know. I had to do something.
I imagine as well, especially when your goals were to become a doctor, right? Like from a mindset point of view, you're like the next few, like five, how long does it take to be a doctor in the Philippines? Like 8 years or something? Like, I don't, it's a long time, right? And if you have a mindset around like committing that long, that much study, and then you fall pregnant and like that's taken away from you, now you can't be a doctor anymore. And yeah, like, so what you say, so I understand is like being able to have some purpose in your life and you're not just a mother, but you can also create a career. You can be a mother, you can be there for your child and still like execute, use your skills that you have.
Yeah. So that was the biggest factor for me. And luckily, with Virtual Spotter, they hired me even without, any experience at all.
Yeah. Do
I was just lucky to be taken as, as this is a really huge opportunity for me, boss.
Yeah, and you know what I think some of it is? So for us at Virtual Spotter, like a lot of the tasks that we do, we have a pretty robust training system. We have a robust recruitment system. The biggest thing that we look for is like personality and positivity and engagement. Like I want to work with fun people and you're a fun person. You have like a strong background. So like the character is, it's one of the most important things for us because outside of character, like it's incredibly hard to try to mold someone into a character that you,
Mm.
or a set of behavior that you want to try to endorse. It's much simpler to guide them through processes and tasks. So like that's a big part of it, right? You don't have to have like some crazy superstar educational background and this degree and that degree. And like we just want cool people. We want fun people.
Yeah.
And Zach and I don't want to build a business where we have people that don't want to contribute to our team or turn up to events or like have fun and share like funny stories like that. Like I can already tell that you're a fun person, right? Like, they're people that we want to like help support and create platforms for. Because that's I look at business like it's a platform for you to be able to leverage. You can still be at home with your daughter. You can care for her. You can be there when she wakes up. But you could also you can create your own career. You can earn money. You can contribute to your family, and you can have purpose. And when you're in the Philippines, or if you're in any other part of the world, we can max you with a client. The client wins, you win, and everyone's happy. Like that's
Yeah,
the ultimate circumstance for me. So you're a school boss. Did you enjoy school?
definitely did. It's
Yeah. What was
different
your
when you're
favorite
in
subject?
school and working.
Yeah, yeah.
Favorite recess.
What was research? That's my favorite subject as well. Yeah.
No, but repeating, I'd say science. Really,
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
really interesting.
Yeah. Are you still interested in science?
I'm sorry.
Are you still interested in science?
Yes, definitely. If every time I see posts on Instagram when you're just browsing from National Geographic, I always watch their documentaries. It's really
Yeah.
interesting. Where you learn everything every day. There's something new that to learn.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to
I
me.
caught up with boss Justine last week and we were talking. She studied astronomy, and
Wow.
the astronomy is really interesting. Like I share the same thoughts as you. Like I love the National Geographical documentaries and the science, and astronomy as well is really interesting to me. I love looking at stars of a nighttime or early in the morning. It's really cool. And Justine, like there's lots of parts, not just in the Philippines, but in Australia as well. When you're in built up areas, you don't get to see the stars at all. Like there's too much light pollution. And I think that's kind of sad because
Mm-hmm.
when you go outside and it's dark and you can see the Milky Way or you can see the stars, that's pretty cool to me. Similar to the science, what you're talking about, I imagine. So yeah, you like science. And then what did you do outside of school when you were a teenager? Like what were some of your interests?
I used to, I used to engage in chorale. I used to sing back
Oh
then.
yeah. And do you not sing anymore?
Karaoke, Filipinos
Yeah.
love to sing karaoke, but
Filipinos do love
aside
that.
from that,
Are you coming to this year's party?
I'm not sure, boss.
Ah, you gotta come. I'll sing with you. How about that? We'll do a duo if you come. See how you go. I hope that you can make it. It's gonna be really cool. Yeah, it's gonna be a really fun event, and it's a lot about singing and uncovering other natural talents that our team might have. So we'll see. So yeah, you enjoyed karaoke outside of school. Were you like a top student? Did you misbehave? Like what was like your schooling like?
I wish I misbehaved.
You're a good kid.
But yeah, I was, and that put a lot of restraint to the experiences.
Yeah.
But I was always studying. I cared about the grade.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I did.
Did your parents care about your grades? Is that where it come from?
Not really. I don't think so. But it's a huge thing for me to see them proud.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it is. And the fear of disappointment, the
Yeah.
fear of disappointing your parents. That's it. I think.
Yeah. Was it your friend group? Like, was your friend group or your immediate friends also trying to get good grades? Like, were they, like, was your circle all trying to achieve things?
Yes, I think that's a factor too.
Yeah.
They're all straight A students.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it funny, right? Like when you used to get in trouble as a kid, and I do this now with my kids, but sometimes when you do something when you're a child and and your parents don't get cranky and they just get really disappointed, it's like way worse. You're like, please just yell at me. Like yell at me. I don't want you to be disappointed. Just be cranky. Like that is almost better. No one wants to disappoint anyone, right? So you went through school and then did you go straight from school into studying like the trying to be a doctor straight away, or did you have a gap year? What happened?
No gap year. I think that's where the problem was. Right after graduating college, I went into med school right away. I think that's sort of because I got delayed because of different subjects. So I think it's sort of information overload.
Yeah,
But I think what made it really hard for me was the background, or maybe because I was just lazy to study. Sometimes I'm not
yeah,
sure,
yeah, yeah. So how
but
long did you
studying
do
was
that?
fun.
Like, how long were you in med school for?
I was actually in my third year when I
Wow.
filed for, yeah, and people would ask me, do I plan on coming back? But sometimes I will always tell them maybe when my daughter is 5. And now that's near, I'm not sure it's true anymore. Like if
Yeah,
I'm really going to go back, because your priorities change when you become
yeah,
a parent. So I think right now in the Philippines, to send a child to school, it's really expensive now. So
yeah,
if I pause working,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. There's like a
I
sacrifice. There's
nobody's
like,
going there. Yeah.
yeah. Do you? I think this is a balance or like a challenge for all parents at some stage. And it's like, at what stage do you need to not chase all your own goals in lieu
Yeah.
of your child? And it's hard to manage that, right? Because if you have big ambitions or big goals for yourself personally, I think it's important that you chase them. But there is like a tipping point where sometimes them goals would overshadow the growth of your child. And if
Mm.
you go back to med school, then I imagine that their big study days, it's a lot of time away from your daughter. It's, studying at home, and like ultimately there's a sacrifice there. And it might only be short, it might be 3 or 4 years. But then after that too, right? If you're going to go and practice, like if you're going to be a doctor, like doctors notoriously work massive hours.
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's definitely a challenge trying to balance. It's like, what do you do? Do you try to chase your own goals and be the best version of yourself? And I think you can still do that outside of like a degree or outside of a title. I don't think you need a title to be an amazing mother. Like, I know you don't, right? You can, like,
Yeah.
because your daughter doesn't care if you're a doctor. She just wants you to be her mum. And and so long as there's food and so long as you're around that you can play and be with her and keep her safe, then like that's all they want and need. So what did your parents do like for work?
My mom's a housewife.
Yeah.
She never worked. My dad used to be a police officer.
Okay. What was it like being a daughter of a police officer?
Well, so sometimes it's scary because you think they're really disciplinarians, but my dad is a cool guy. He doesn't really meddle with the discipline and all. It's all my mom. So
Yeah,
I'm
right.
more scared of my mom than my
Yeah.
dad.
That's funny. Mums are scary. Mums can be scary, especially so did you come from an environment that was a very strict household? Like they were very strict with their rules and discipline towards you?
I don't think so, but I think being the youngest, it's different with me
Yeah.
because I've seen how my mom is with my elder sister.
Yeah.
She's she's really strict with her, but when
Yeah.
it comes to
You get
me,
away with it all because you're the baby.
yeah.
What do your brothers and sisters do for work now?
My brother's a mechanical engineer. He's a seaman, and my sister, she does all this labeling for a music studio or a label. I'm not sure what she does, but she works with the music label.
Wow.
Eh,
In the Philippines or like they're international?
The company is in Amsterdam.
Wow, that's cool. And are you close with, like, do them guys live close to you now?
They're actually still with my parents.
Okay. Which is more common, right? Like that is actually more common
Yeah,
in the Philippines. Like
yeah.
you're the outlier. You're like, hey, I'm in my mid-20s. I'm out of here. Was
I
that
think I
scary?
think Moving out,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, when I moved out, boss, that was the time that I lost my client.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It was October. I moved out first week of October,
Yeah.
and then the latter part, I my team leader then the client canceled services with virtual spotter, and I was like, oh my god,
What
I
am I
just
gonna
moved
do?
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
but then that's the good thing if you have your contingency fund. So it's really good to save rather than spend more on material things. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's one of, at least from like my point of view, of one of the benefits with virtual spotter is that as well. Like we do, anyone that churn, like customers churn naturally through business, right? It could be their business shuts or their business, they sell their business, like all sorts of things that are completely out of our control. And I think if you look back historically, when we've lost customers in virtual spotter due to things that were outside of our control or circumstances, and the VA has done an amazing job there, then we work really hard to try to keep like the next client in. And I think at least this is what I try to set out to achieve is like, I want to give you the confidence to know, hey, if I do an amazing job here, then I'm going to be looked after into the future forever. And it's, if you look at it from a freelance point of view, to try to compete on that freelance market, it's incredibly scary and incredibly vulnerable because you might have 8 weeks work and then you don't have any work for 10 weeks. And then you might have 3 months work and then you don't have any work for 4 months. And it's like, you don't know, like you can't plan and set yourself up for the future, which like that's like, I want to create that security or that scalability as well. Like I want guys in Virtual Spotter to be able to go, hey, this business is big enough for me to come in as a general virtual assistant. And then if I have admirations to manage a team or to do something different, learn a new skill, then I want us to be able to do that and have a pathway for that in Virtual Spotter too. Like that's really important to me. Outside of your work, do you have like, are you a, do you set goals for yourself or for your family, or you sort of just like go with flow?
I'm more go with the flow person.
Yeah.
Whatever happens,
Yeah. Yeah. And how do you spend your time outside of work now? Is it you just hang out with your daughter, or like what do you do?
Well, my daughter used to ask me to go swimming. So every after shift, when she wakes up, we wait for the pool to opens
Wow.
by 8
Yeah.
a.m. So she would ask me to go there. But the thing is, she doesn't want to come out of the water.
She
She
wants to
used to
stay
spend
there.
2 hours there. Yeah,
Wow.
even it's really, it's how do you balance your rest and spending time with your daughter? So
Yeah.
that's the dilemma there. But I love spending time with her. She's used to playing on her own now, so it's
Yeah.
it's a bit easier. Yeah.
Yeah. So is that a local pool? Like you just go to the local pool and she swims there, is that right?
I will live in a condo, so there's a pool.
Ah, even
Yeah,
better. You got a pool there.
yeah.
So good. That's special, boss. Fancy, fancy, fancy.
Nothing fancy.
Do you live near the ocean or you're not anywhere near the ocean?
No, not really. I wish I did because the way my daughter loves the water, she really enjoys the ocean. I think what would make that difficult would be the travel to
Yeah.
see the grandparents.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
can always move because virtual spotter,
Yeah.
y- the flexibility that it offers. It's easy to move around. You can live in the province as long as you have good internet connection, you're fine. But the problem is the family.
Yeah.
It's
The
you
support.
have to stay near like yeah.
Yeah. I can appreciate that for sure. That support's, yes, really, really important. What do you think makes a good virtual assistant?
Being someone that applied with no experience, I think what would really make a great virtual assistant would be your initiative to go above and beyond for the client. Because I would always feel bad when I applied for BPO companies and they turned me down because I didn't have any experience. I I was thinking, how will I have the experience if you don't take me in? Because I'm a fast learner, so I would really I just need training. And with Virtual Spotter, they gave me that. Thank you so much. And now I'm going above and beyond for my clients. It's really helpful to maintain the good client relationship and maintain the clients for a long time.
Isn't it interesting that like to have a good relationship with your client, it it's like much simpler than like it might seem. Like if you can be responsive, you can be proactive, you can like communicate in a really clear and understanding manner. Like they're just a couple of things that like I see sometimes in group chats, if the VA or the client, so this is on both sides, right? If if the client is very blunt and to the point, or the VA is very blunt and to the point, it creates like a weird relationship. Like it doesn't take much to be a little bit friendly over text. And one of the challenges is that most of the time we communicate, like 99% of the time we communicate is via text. And it's really hard to communicate like empathy or energy or emotion in written word, especially if it's on WhatsApp or email, right? So, but I think when you can, when you can like, instead of saying thank you, we say like, thanks so much, or no problems, I'll do that. Like if they communicate a task, instead of saying noted, it's like, no problems, I'm doing that right now. Like little things and just a few extra words and a little bit of effort, it comes across to the client like you're there to support them, you care, and you're working hard to solve their problem. And the vice versa too. If you deliver, the client says, "Hey, Denise, can you please give me this report?" And then you send the report and they don't say anything. You're like, give me something, give me some feedback. Like, is this what you wanted? Like, if they say, thanks so much, Denise, this is super helpful, or this is exactly what I want. When they do make that little bit of extra effort, that makes you feel good. And then when you feel good, you want to then over deliver on the next task. You want to be faster. You might go, hey, the last 5 Mondays in a row, they've asked for this certain report. I'm going to just deliver this every Monday morning going forward. And from the client's point of view, when you don't need to ask for that thing and that gets put in your desk, that's an incredible feeling. You're like, oh, wow, this person, Denise, is a superstar. She anticipates what I want. And like there is these patterns in every day that we interact with our clients that exist. And I think only the good VAs can identify that pattern and then work towards it. And like they're the ones that I want to encourage. They're the ones that I want to create opportunities for. And it's less about the like we don't want virtual assistants that'll only wait for an instruction. Like like they'll just sit back and they're like, hey, like the client hasn't, and that's a lot of why we move towards packages, because we know what these guys need and want. So like we want to, rather than waiting for instructions, we want to outline we would do all these things. And I think it's a far better experience and service for the client. And it's simpler for the VA to know what they're accountable for and what the client expects from them as well. It's been amazing to catch up with you. I appreciate all the effort and the the intent that you have in Virtual Spotter. I think you're fun. I value all the things that you do, and I thank so much for being a part of VS. Hopefully, you can come and party with us, boss, next month. But yeah, I'd love to see you there. But if not, I fully understand. And until next time, salam, mate. Thanks, boss. Talk soon. Thanks.